Second nature for children is in the building. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we even get started, Coach, how your day going? Are you having a great day so far? Or what's going on with you?
Great as always, man. Every day is a great day for me.
There it is. It's good to see you, and definitely good to be on this side of the ground because I know a lot of folks. Yeah, absolutely. And so my people out there that's feeling depressed and stressed, and things may not be going your way right now, you still got a chance. You're still on this side of the ground. So let's get it together. Let's make some adjustments and let's have fun while we have time. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. As you're coming in, family, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this information with someone, and make sure you hit that thumbs up. I know we got a lot of folks that come on and just be browsing, but let me tell you something. I go through YouTube and I go through Facebook myself because I'm always, like I told you, observing. And I don't see anyone who's bringing this powerful information that we are bringing that can take your life to another level. And it's not complicated the way we bringing it. I love to keep things simple because I work with children, because I am second nature for children. So what sounds simple to you may be like, oh, well, no. But the information that we're giving out and the content that we have can literally take your life to another level. And make sure that you go back and look at the other videos and the content that we put out because it's really profound, family, whether you know it or not. It's some deep content. If you just listen to it and take heed to it, I promise you, if you mess around and I tell you to do something and you go do it and it don't help change your life, hit me up and let me know it didn't change your life. snfchildren@gmail.com. So, family, we're going to have to move this information. We can't depend on Facebook to move it, YouTube to move it. We have to move it. That's why it's so important that you share this information because you yourself are, like I always say, someone you know or two or three people you know need to hear this information. So don't be selfish and just sit on it. But we're going to chop it up a little bit today. And Coach, I want to see blacks winning or losing as a people, not as an individual who may be doing okay, but I'm talking about us as
collectively. I got you.
Yeah, us as a people. Are we winning or losing? So before we jump into that, this is what I'm excited about because this time is getting real close. 1st of August. And from August on, every first week of every month, we're going to take that challenge, Coach. And I would like for my people to come in and let me know for the first week in August, what is it you're going to do? What you're going to sacrifice? What you're going to give up? What you're going to start? Are you going to change your diet? Are you going to give up that sugar? Are you going to start exercising? What about that thing that's been in your head for so long that you've been saying you're going to get started on? Are you going to start on it for that 7 days starting this August? I'm excited because I promise you, anyone who takes this challenge and grab a hold to this challenge and able to move this challenge forward, and whatever you're starting, continue it. It'll change your life. Facts. And one thing I love facts. And it's something else, Coach, how the church can bring so many people in on a belief, but it's so hard a lot of times to draw people in on facts. But I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times, and we're talking about the religion sector, a lot of times that belief has you depending on something else a lot of times. You understand what I'm saying? Facts will make you have to carry a responsibility for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I
if
got
I
you.
yeah, if I sit here and I pray to whatever God I'm praying to that's outside this part of a religion, now I'm dependent on that to help me. But now if I mess around and have to look within myself to get it done, then that's another responsibility. Now that's on me and that which dwells within me. So it bears, when you bring in facts, it bears another responsibility that a lot of us, we don't want to bear. So I love facts and I bring facts. But let me ask you this right here, Coach, and we're going to get started. Further as us as a people. And I'm a very observant person. I love observing, been doing this all my life. Do you think as a people, do you think we drinking too much alcohol? I'm just looking around. I'm just kind of looking around, Coach. And that alcohol thing came to me because I told you I'm observing some things. Do you think we drinking because we're having a good time, or do you think we're drinking because we're trying to drown out something? Are we dealing with some type of drama? I just want to ask you that before we get started with blacks winning or losing. Just take your time for that. What you think?
I think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture. You can drink and have a good time because you're celebrating whatever you celebrate. But you normally that's not you. You know what I mean? It's this occasion, whatever. But I feel because of the dilemma in which we find ourselves in, consciously or subconsciously, we're dabbling a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? I always say it's more drinking and less thinking. It should be the other way around. You know what I mean?
That's great.
More thinking and less drinking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We need to, you know what I mean? Dabble just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And do more thinking. You know.
Okay. Yeah. That just came to mind because, like I said, I just been looking at some things and I'm kind of just watching us. And then a lot of us, Coach, we have moved away from what they would call the low income community. But I'm in there every day. So I'm getting to see certain things that a lot of us hear about, or a lot of us grew up and grew out of it and won't go back to it. And there are different levels of us as people of color that we're living. We're all one color, but we're in different places. But a lot of us, from what I'm seeing, it seems to me that we have forgotten about a certain group of people. And I think that's very sad. I think that's very sad. So let's jump right into it. Let's look at it. Let's say, are blacks winning or losing? Now, when I pose a question, I like to go head on and give my answer right off the rip. And I stand on my answer and I bag my answer up. And as a unit, as a group, as a people, I would definitely have to say we're losing as a people. I'm gonna go right there with mine. I'm gonna let you give your perspective, but I'm telling you, as a people, as a unit, as a group, we are losing. Now, I just got a brief definition. To win, to be successful over others. To be successful over others. And when I think about that, I'm saying to myself, when I look at other groups of nationalities and different groups of people, I'm like, who are we winning over? Are we beating anybody? And I don't see it yet. But watch what we're doing though. I see us as a people helping everybody else to win. And I see it, and I see where I can see where it's designed because it kind of piggybacks what we talk about how the United States let other cultures come in and give them breaks for this and give them breaks for that. But then here we come as a people and support those people who come from other countries. We make them rich and we stay poor. So I don't see where we're winning. Now, to lose is to not have any longer. Because once you study history, you'll see that we are the original. So it was a time where we were winning because we were the only ones here. It was ours. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But somewhere along the line, we lost it. We lost our possessions, and we no longer retain a lot of the things that we used to own. And one more thing, and the final thing, Coach, and I'm gonna let you go. We have definitely lost our identity as a people. Yeah, we have definitely lost our identity. A being oneself or itself and not another. And I think that religion has played a bigger factor in us being a lost people, because you got so many people trying to find themselves in religion, trying to find out who they are. So they are lost. That's why you got, you know, one day you're Muslim, the next day you're a Christian, and the next day you're a Hebrew Israelite. Then the next day you say, don't put Hebrew on it, I'm just an Israelite. Then the next day we're lost. And it's taken so much time for us to try to find out who we really are, because we don't understand where we come from. So once we was brought here, then we was given, for the most part, an identity, and we've been lost. And by design, we've been losing every sense. We are a very lost people. So I would definitely say, as a people of color, as a unit, as a group, we are definitely lost. We are not winning. What you think about that, Coach?
I concur. I said we're losing. As you were talking, I'm thinking about all the systems that we have in place. Let's touch on politics just for a tad bit. This country's over 200 years old, 246, 47, something like that, right? You still got a two-party system, right?
Yes, sir.
Still the same. They seem like they play against each other. Okay, you take this term, I'm gonna get the next. That's what it looked like, right? To me, that's my opinion. It seemed like we're just pawns in the game. You know, you might get a representative here and there. I mean, you got one president or what, 2 or 3 governors in all this time. You know, it's a game. You know what I mean? And even if you have someone look like us get in there, they got to play the game because the system, you know, dictates that. You can't beat the system. Even though their intention was different, they got to play the game, you know. That's politics, economics. We own much more real estate back then than we own now. Mm-hmm. And then 2007, 2008, kind of wipe out a lot of folks, you know, foreclosure and all that stuff. So we steady declining in that department. Now, if you look around, you see the price of a house now. Okay, and you want somebody to come up with 20% of that, $50,000, $60,000, 20%. Come on, man. Interest rates sky high. So if you're not already in the mix, you're in trouble, man. And the only way you can come up is if you link up. And that's what I'm saying. I believe that's the only way we're going to come together, when we're forced to come together. You know, you talk about folks leaving the neighborhood. You can leave the neighborhood all you want, but if you still got them bad habits, technically you're still in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Technically you're still in the neighborhood. So by and large, as a unit, man, we taking an L, definitely. Individually, yeah. And I know it seems like, well, People can always say, well, times are better to a certain degree. But the disparity between the rich and the poor is getting wider. It's getting wider. You know, who's going to close that gap? And then when you throw in AI, artificial intelligence, a lot of jobs that folks got now gonna be a thing of the past.
Get ready to
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when you throw that in, you're like, man, you really got to sit down, think about where you are in your life, you know, and decide how you're gonna move forward because it's happening real fast. It's happening real fast. You know, you ain't got time to mess around now. Now, if you got your ducks in a row, okay, fine. But a whole lot of people don't, man. A whole lot of people don't. So,
But Coach, I want to piggyback on something with you, and I want to take it first where you mentioned politics and voting. I want to deal with both of them at the same time.
good.
How the illusion, I see where been pulled over our eyes, especially as people of color, where politicians now, especially of color, a lot of them, they remind me that when Malcolm X was talking about the house Negro and the field Negro, even Dr. King, in his latter years, he told his close ones, do not take a political position because once you go into their system, there's only so much you'll be able to do for Blacks because the system, as you said earlier, is not designed for Blacks to move forward. Do you understand what I'm saying? So here it is. You got two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, and so you know they in cahoots. You know they in cahoots. Yeah. And then we get so excited a lot of times that we're able to vote. We're so excited that we're able to vote. But then once we vote, we are very uneducated voters. From me observing us voting and from me talking to people who vote, because once I ask, why did you vote for this person? This is literally what I'm getting. They don't know nothing that the person is really running for or standing for. They're voting because the person is Black. Then if you have two Black people, then now I'm voting for the less of two evils. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I just want you to see where we are. We're excited to vote because there was a time we couldn't vote. But now that we're able to vote, look at what we have to vote for. And then once you have a third party that comes in who's trying to kind of mix things up, what they may have about 1%, 2%, 3%. You don't have a lot of people that vote for them because a lot of us are incarcerated into the system. We're very incarcerated into the system. And then a lot of times, once one of us get a position and win a position as a politician, there's a certain role we have to play.
True.
Listen, I don't care. You cannot go into them folks' system talking about what you getting ready to do for Black folks. You won't last in that system because that's their system. So we definitely have to be very careful when you brought that up about politics. I added the voting part to it. And then when it comes to economics, once again, Dr. King in his latter years, he began to change his rhetoric. And that's when him and Malcolm began to speak more. Because at first they was in odds. But in King's latter years, you'll see where he said that he felt like he had led the Negroes into a burning building because he didn't teach economics. He should have taught us, you know. And we're still suffering from that political, that voting right now today. We're still suffering from it. We're still suffering from bad decisions dealing with economics. We're still suffering from that today. It looks like we're winning in some part. That's why I say we have to be very careful of the illusion. Just because you may have a certain job or you may make a little type of money right now, but just think about this right here, how selfish this is. If you're not doing nothing today to help our youth and our children of the future, we're not only losing now, but we're going to be losing many more years to come. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because right now, whether the Negro know it or not, that little job you got or that little opportunity that you have to be what you would call an entrepreneur or be able to live in a certain place or to be able to drive a certain car, what these Negroes are not understanding is that that comes off the backs of our ancestors.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why these Negroes they're irking me because they are, listen, they are enjoying the fruits of our ancestors' work, but they are not doing nothing today but being very selfish and not setting up something for our children to come. Do you understand what I'm saying? So so we are definitely losing, coach. Our children are losing. Here in Atlanta, we got our first mayor in 1974. 74, Miami Jackson, okay. It's 2023. From 74 to 2023, it had just went to hell in a handbasket. Do you understand? And not just here in Atlanta, but just when you look just throughout the United States, especially when you start talking about, you know, New York, Chicago, Detroit, these eastern states over here where black men have been in charge of. You just look at
Baltimore.
Oh, don't let me forget Baltimore. Please don't let me forget Baltimore. So it's not just here, it's throughout the United States. And it's us as a people. And that's why when I come on with you, I like to focus on us. That's why I always put blacks. I love to focus on us as a people because if we come together and we're so divided, but if we could just come together, we could begin winning. But as long as they keep us divided, coach, we're going to continue to lose. Do you have anything you want to put with that?
I mean, definitely. Some of you touched on just now. Damn it, slipped my mind. Anyway, I'll come back there.
Okay.
Like I said before, man, individually, yeah, we good to a certain degree. But as you look around and pay attention, the same thing that's happening here is happening other places. You know, you got a gentrification, you know, the hood, like we used to call it. A lot of places not that anymore. And it's unaffordable to us. We can't afford it.
Right.
You know, we can't afford it, you know. And we talked last time about the compassion. That's getting less and less between us, you know. So you got that bigger friction now between us. So that kind of negate any hope for unity, you know. How you gonna tell a man that all he got his slice of cake, eating good, living good? Hey man, happy brother ain't got nothing. He look at you like you crazy. I mean, that's just being real.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because he or she is thinking, man, I got too much to lose. you know. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Okay, tangible things. That's what I remember. We got access to tangible things, and it makes it seem like we winning. You know, we can get the car, we can get the house. You know what I mean? We can get the designer, we can get the tangible things, but we all know it's not that valuable. You know, it come and go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and the more tangible, more things you have, tangible things you have, the more somebody ain't got none. Looking, it's okay. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get her because I ain't got none.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely, man. All in all, we taking an L, and I don't want to sound hopeless, man, but it's hard to actually see us coming together willingly.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be forced. I mean, it just when you look around, it has to be something to make us, whether we want to or not.
And
That's what I see.
And that's sad that, as you said, it always takes a lot of times tragic for us to come together. And then the problem is, once we come together, we don't stay together long.
No, we don't.
It seems like once it dies down, then everybody just go right back to doing what they was doing, you know. And to kind of just touch on something else you said, even in the community over where we work with the children, you know, now they're building these $500,000 homes, $700,000 homes. Listen, man, them folks over there.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's design. Once that tax bracket go up, mom and dad who retire around the corner, they got to get up out of there. They don't be able to afford them taxes. You know, just like on Del Mar Lane, they were doing them apartments. I'm curious to see what those apartments are gonna go for.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm curious how to go for.
And just right across is that Del Mar. I mean, right there, Darren Village. What they redoing just straight across from the gym right there. Adult. Yeah, I definitely want to see.
Yeah, they already started those too. So I'm like, okay, I want to see what they're gonna be.
I want to absolutely see what they're going to be, man. So as a people, man, we better wake up, and we better wake up fast, because crime is going to get worse.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's that crime is going to get worse, because now, coach, in the community, man, we're killing each other left and right. And so we're killing each other. Well, a lot of times we were in certain places where we don't have anybody else to kill. Because it's just us, you know, unless we go into the convenience store and shoot up something like that behind the counter, that's the other group of people. But other than that, it's just us. And so when I look at us a lot of times, and I'm with us daily, I'm looking at a very depressed, sad people who know that it's something better, but they don't see themselves having it or getting it. And so when I'm pulling out of the facility, I'm seeing 8, 9 people sitting right here on this wall, you know, drinking alcohol and smoking. And I'm just looking at my people, and it's so sad to see a group of people that has no hope. You understand? These people have, these people have no. I'm telling you, every day I'm sitting here looking at people that these people have no hope. You talking about living in a nice home, having a nice car, having money. Can you imagine living and mentally not even seeing yourself have nothing that this place have to offer that's good? You understand? Now we got a lot of mental illness that we haven't been addressing for a long time in the Black community. A lot of trauma that haven't been, because when I was coach, I was probably about 18 years old, and I stopped one day because I used to have a little spot over where I was doing some things off Whitehall and McDaniel Street. Okay.
Mm.
And I used to see these people sitting out on the curb every day, every day, every day. So I wanted to stop by one day and talk to them because I'm saying to myself, even at this young age, if that happened to them, that could happen to me. So I want to know what happened. So I want to make sure it don't happen to me. True story. So I went in the little convenience store right down the corner, and it's still right there at Whitehall and McDaniel, little gas station. And I bought a lot of hot dogs. Okay. And I went and sit on the curb with them, and I was asking them their stories. You know, what happened to you? And let me tell you something. It opened my eyes a long time ago to see that I'm sitting out here with college grads. I have a doctor. I have a guy who had a family, who had, cars and houses and things like that. I got some that comes from the military, the war. I got some who just didn't do nothing. You understand? But I'm sitting out here with people that was doing very well, but then either they lost their job and they couldn't bounce back, either they start doing dabbing in drugs and got a hold of something bad and messed them up mentally. You understand? So we got a lot going on in the Black community that we need to address because we got mental illness going on, we have mental issues going on, and we have mental disorders going on that we haven't been diagnosed with in that Black community. So it's a lot going on. And unless we come in and help ourselves, there won't be any help. There won't be any help. But I just want to let people know from that little bit that I gave you, you can be doing very well Monday, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be doing very well Tuesday. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we begin to show, as you said a little earlier, and as we spoke on, we got to begin to show compassion, and we got to make sure that we help our brothers and sisters, and we got to make sure that we come together. I'm at snfchildren@gmail.com. If you want to come and help make a difference in some type of way, you can hit me up. Let's chop it up. Our children are in trouble. Coach, the school district and the schools that I go into that covers 2 districts in Atlanta, you can go to the Georgia statistics for academics and you will see, Coach, you could pull it up, facts, where all of these schools are failing academically. All of them. You can pull it up.
I think they put the wrong people in jail. Because if you failing like that, y'all should be in jail. You shouldn't be teaching.
Ain't that something? Yeah. And I just left doing a summer camp for a summer school crew. And let me tell you something. People, if you don't know, I'm known as Coach King in that setting. Our children academically are in trouble. And if they don't know something, and if they don't know nothing, parents, us as a people, we can't just depend on the school to help our children. You understand what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. These teachers, when they have 25 to 30 kids in that one class, they taking a whooping. That's why a lot of them rushing up out of there to get to the first bottle they can get to. I'm giving you facts. It's up under the seat out in the parking lot. You understand what I'm saying? Them kids were all these different personalities, and I'm talking about, what they would consider the low-income schools that I go. Man, all of these different personalities coming in that school, and now you dealing with daddy doing all types of drugs, and so that's in his system. And then you're talking about mama doing all types of drugs, and that's in her system. So once that come together and bring forth that child, now that child is dealing with all of those issues that mama is experiencing, that daddy is experiencing. and then they want you to work with that child. I understand why a lot of these teachers too, coach. If you go in there, you understand why a lot of them. Woo! I see why the bottle is out of
I
the cup.
applaud them, man, because I know I can do it. I'll just be honest. And then
Yeah,
you compound that with that wage they pay them. Come on, man.
they need to be getting paid like professional athletes.
Yeah, because they wear so many hats, man. They're
yeah.
counselor, part-time parent, educator, even security guard. I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? That ain't fair. But yeah. So,
Oh,
but I got you.
Go ahead on. Okay, Coach. Well, I want to thank you, and I'm gonna let you close out as always. I always enjoy your close out. The topic today are blacks winning or losing, and we gave our perspective. And listen, anytime you would like to give your perspective and come on, all you have to do is hit me up, snfchildren, gmail.com, and the floor is open. We'll chop it up and see is it worthy of bringing on and talking about it. Ladies, the floor is open. Guys, the floor is open. Y'all hear me out there. You all hear me out there. So here with me and Coach, we're here. I'm here. So if you want to talk about it, any content that I put out that you disagree or you want to talk about, snfchildren@gmail.com. I'm here. Close us out, Coach.
I'm gonna say, what's up, Cookie? You say you're gonna be here this Sunday. I gotta call you out. Okay. Because we need a female perspective.
Absolutely.
As always, man, I'm talking about self-care, man. Improving yourself, being a bit more mindful about your choices you make, and how it could affect you, not only from the short term and the long term. And as you brought it up, I'm gonna reiterate, less drinking, more tanking. Let's do that, man.
Coach, you know what? I'm gonna leave that right there. That was definitely a powerful closeout because we need that as a people. We definitely need more thinking and less drinking. Absolutely. I'm gonna leave that right there. Family, make sure you subscribe, share this information, hit that thumbs up, get ready for August because we are ready. And Coach, until the next time we giving it to them, it's up to them to receive it. They say you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Can't make him drink, yeah.
So it's on them, Coach. So I appreciate you once again.
All right, they're about to be thirsty, so they'll have to drink. They had no choice. I see it coming, man.
I leave it at that. Take care, Coach.
All right, you too.